filming off of it.
Will these drive into the ground at all?
Yeah. Let's lift that before you get too tight on that. Let's bring that one up. Bring it on up. Bring it way up. Other up.
Down, up.
Try that. Just lock it down right there.
Yes, sir.
Let's let that one down.
Except it's a bad hair day every day in Florida.
Block of wood. Maybe they won't drive into the ground. Ow! That one hurt.
Okay. Okay.
On the horizon just below the
Well,
Sure.
line up bottom of lower circle.
Actually, can't hear.
Yeah,
Go ahead and
you
make
can't
this
have
disappear
You can't
too.
have both. So.
Well, that's okay for me for Omni, right?
Oh, for an Omni, it's fine. Maybe a little low for an Omni. I might put the top of the circle down at the top of the orbiter. I'd like to drop it down some.
So it's framed higher? So
Yeah.
the shuttle's higher in frame?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
shutter's high, a little higher frame.
Oh yeah, for Omni too?
Yep. I mean, that's even way low for an Omni.
Really? Okay. Well, I'd have to leave that call to you.
What we were talking about the other day is the where we were looking at is so that we don't cut off the water tower in Smithsonian. And right now, the Smithsonian, the tower, the bottom of the water tower is
Yeah, it's out of frame.
out of frame.
Yeah. Nice looking sky behind that orbiter.
Huh?
Nice looking sky.
Oh yeah.
It's just getting ready to get rid of it all today, that's all.
Oh, I don't know. This one just came down a little bit. Wanna look before I go for it.
Yeah, come on down, Joe. Got to get to the side though.
Yeah, okay. Okay, here we go.
Man, tilt it back to get them to drop a bit, a little bit further. A little bit further.
May have to tilt it back then.
Okay. Woof.
You loving that?
Yeah.
Locking?
So you happy with that?
I'd drop it down even further, I think. Problem is, how much do you want to frame this for Smithsonian? Okay. Between the pad and
Yeah.
the thing, it's like you get sky in Smithsonian there. You don't have any horizon.
Yeah. It's min IMAX's Smithsonian cut.
Yeah.
Well, I have a phone. We could call Toronto and ask for an editorial decision.
There you go.
Let's do it.
It's just a decision.
Reason for launch. Yeah, you're having.
County would need some.
See if you can patch us through her house. We're just out in the infield setting the camera and we have an editorial decision to be made. 961-7961. Thanks.
It works. Huh? It works. One station? Yeah. That was just for the camera. Okay. Yeah, it's working. Unplug it.
You guys are happy with this area?
This is it. We're
Yep.
here.
Yep.
You want to go ahead and run the start out?
Sure.
for you guys?
Absolutely.
Great. Hi. It doesn't, you can't do what we want. We can't do what you want. Because the Omni... Yeah, well, we've got the circle in the right place at the top of the orbiter, but that means that the horizon, that the Omni, for Smithsonian cutoff, you're not going to have a horizon on the right-hand side by the water tower? Okay, do you want... Yes, slightly forward of the stake, because the bunker was in the frame. So we're just slightly forward, like we're about a foot or 2 feet forward of that, something like that. So that's fine. But
Shoot position.
Whatever it'll fit into. Let's take the top. Sounds like my phone.
Does.
Well, let's do these two.
Anything I put power in, I confirm.
Hang on. Okay, is it off?
Yes, sir. Which is off. Confirm it
I
twice.
like my fingers.
I know. I want to get her.
Are we plugged in? Got the remote plugged in.
Yep.
1-inch tape. Hold on to that for a minute.
Okay. Got the top.
Bring a piece right around here real quick. Around there.
You notice the impact?
It's
It's over there.
it may get us, but it ain't gonna get the pad in a minute and a half.
Run one. Stern tank strut heaters are now off. Naval bay vent doors are positioned. LCC violation.
Right.
And we have a hole.
Shit.
Clock at 31.
Lost connect tire back here.
We have a hole.
Yeah, they're 31.
25. Hydraulic solid rock booster hydraulic power units have started. Sound suppression water system armed. Main safety systems armed. 10, 9, 8. Ignition sequence start. 7, 6. 3 main engines up and burning. 2, 1, and liftoff of Space Shuttle Columbia on a diversified mission of astronomy and commercial space research. Roger, roll, Columbia. Houston, go and throttle up. Roger, go and throttle up. Columbia's gray liquid fuel engines are now back at full throttle, 104% of rated thrust. Columbia now traveling 1,800 miles per hour, 15 miles in altitude, downrange from the Kennedy Space Center, 13 miles. All 3 main engines continuing to perform well. That will be the burnout separation of Columbia's twin solid rocket boosters. Houston, performance nominal. Roger, performance nominal. 2 minutes, 18 seconds into the flight, the booster officer has confirmed good separation of the solid rocket boosters, and performance on board Columbia has been as expected. All 3 main engines are continuing to perform at 104% of rated thrust. The 3 auxiliary power units and fuel cells are also continuing to perform to the transatlantic landing.
level patterns and wind conditions. And periodically during the countdown, we'll be receiving data from weather balloons, which then is fed into the computers, and that will determine which of those 8 profiles is the best to use for the upper level wind situation. At T-minus 2 hours, 36 minutes, 48 seconds and counting, this is Shuttle Launch Control.
Hello, also. Good morning, John. Houston, TLT contract.
Good afternoon, Rommel. We have you loud and clear. How may?
You're loud and clear also, and I guess it is afternoon.
That's okay.
OTC, TVC. Go ahead. ISL on 136, please. ISL OTC? ISL, copy.
All the rocket booster joint heater is now being turned off. Final check of booster commands. Locks and LH2 fill and vane valves are closed. External tank strut heaters are now off. Payload bay vent doors are positioned.
Go 3, LCC violation.
And we have a hold.
Clock at 31. NTD, this is C prop. Our limit is now 300. Oh, excuse me, sir.
We have a hold.
Stop when started. The entity, give me your latest reading.
Okay, we're now trending down to 290, up to 325. We're steady. At 425. $450.
This is hydrogen concentrations in the aft.
370. We're going to 590. 570. 570. 570.
And NTDC prop, we've got about 45 seconds left to go.
500.
And we have confirmed this looks like low pressure leakage, so this is an acceptable amount of leakage to launch with.
Okay, I've got 520 right now.
Copy, SD entity. SD copies.
575. 610. 580.
Watching the hydrogen concentrations, which are trending above and below acceptable limits.
NTD, this is C-prop. It appears to me that we're on the edge, but that we've got an acceptable limit. I'm looking at 575 here on the console. Hasgas, what are you reading at this point?
575.
NTD, my recommendation that we continue. I copy that. SP entity? SP copies. And your recommendation? We concur to go. I copy that. Launch director entity? Launch director, go ahead. Okay, based upon the trending, it's maintaining around 600. Test team is recommending proceed with countdown. NTD standby sec. Hasgas, what you reading at this point?
600.
Okay, I copy.
550 at this point.
Recommend continue, sir. Copy that. NTD, you're clear. Copy that. GLS entity, pick up the count on your mark. GLS copies. I'll resume on my mark. 3, 2, 1, mark. GLS auto, gyroscope or auto sprint start. 25.
Solid rocket booster hydraulic power units have started. Sound suppression water system armed. Range safety systems armed. 10, 9, 8. Ignition sequence start. 7, 6. 3 main engines up and burning. 2, 1, and liftoff of Space Shuttle Columbia on a diversified mission of astronomy and commercial space research.
Houston, Columbia, roll program.
Roger, roll, Columbia.
Houston is now controlling. The roll maneuver is complete. Columbia is in a heads-down, wings level position, headed to its 190 nautical mile orbit. Seconds into the flight, Columbia's engines are now beginning to throttle down to 67% of rated thrust as the orbiter passes through the area of maximum aerodynamic pressure on the vehicle in the lower regions of the Earth's atmosphere. Columbia now miles downrange from the Kennedy Space Center at an altitude of 4 miles. All 3 main engines, APUs, and fuel cells continuing to perform well.
Columbia, Houston, go at throttle up.
Roger, go at throttle up.
Columbia's 3 liquid-fueled engines are now back at full throttle, 104% of rated thrust. Columbia now traveling 1,800 miles per hour, 15 miles in altitude, downrange from the Kennedy Space Center, 13 miles. All 3 main engines continuing to perform well. The next event will be the burnout and separation of Columbia's twin solid rocket boosters.
Columbia, Houston, performance nominal.
Roger, performance nominal.
2 minutes, 18 seconds into the flight, the booster officer has confirmed good separation of the solid rocket boosters, and performance on board Columbia has been as expected. All 3 main engines are continuing to perform at 104% of rated thrust. The 3 auxiliary power units and fuel cells are also continuing to perform as expected. Columbia now downrange from the Kennedy Space Center at a distance of 55 miles, an altitude of 42 miles, traveling 3,290 miles per hour.
Columbia, Houston, we'd like you to check auto DAP and an item 27.
Thanks, Kirk. Houston, APU hydraulic shutdown's complete. We're going into Feston heater activation.
Columbia, Houston, we copy.